Testing the mic. Let me know you can hear me. Turn that down a little bit. Testing, testing. Sorry, this is my first time using music with the mic, so I'm trying to make sure it's at the right decimals. Just give me a second as I'm testing. Damn, YouTube is so behind. Alright, how about that? Yeah, I think that might be good. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, let's turn that back. Alright, it's time to talk about it. It's time to talk about it. Oh man. This was one of those movies I went to see, and initially I wasn't too hyped to see it. Like, I didn't really have too much faith in it being any good. So I pretty much went in doubting all around when it came to what I should expect, what I shouldn't expect. Because I'm gonna be honest, so the very first one was decent to me at most. I think the first Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero pretty much carried the entire movie. Well, somewhat Scorpion, but I wasn't a very big fan of the first movie. And I say that simply because of the choices that they made, the creative choices that they made in terms of how they was running it. Like, even without touching the actual story, because the first one I wasn't really looking into it for the story. I was more so wondering how they were going to go about it in terms of the theme of the entire thing. And as we all know, Mortal Kombat is basically about a tournament. So, tournament format isn't easy to do and carry out. But one of the things that I heard someone else say, and it kind of impacted how I felt about the current movie that I just seen. They said most people don't go to see, which this is something I pretty much could have had a general understanding about overall in the very beginning anyway, which is people don't go to see Mortal Kombat, or even if they was to come out with a Tekken, or even the upcoming Street Fighter. People aren't going to see those movies for the story. They're going to see it for Mortal Kombat specifically. They're going to see it for the fights. They're going to see it for the characters. They're going to see it for the gore, the violence. They're going to see it for all of that. So it would take the actual fans like me, or maybe you, if you're a big Mortal Kombat fan, to really care about how they portray the characters, how they go about with some bits of the story, because Mortal Kombat story has always been janky at best. But the core basis of the story of Mortal Kombat is basically a tournament being held amongst realms, and the one realm, which is called Outworld, is the tyrannical realm. So they want to rule every other realm, and basically they want to rule all the other realms. So the elder gods, which are basically the gods of this realm, or the highest tier of gods of this realm, they host tournaments. And they host those tournaments to see who would win. So say for instance with Earth Realm, which is the main realm, they basically have to defend themselves from Outworld through these tournaments, and each time that they lose, it draws them closer to Outworld taking over. So majority of the time when it comes to the Mortal Kombat story, Earthrealm is on like their last leg. So they have to get their best of the best, or if they lose one more time within the tournament, Outworld takes over. So it's basically the basis of the Mortal Kombat story, like the base story of it. But so let's go to the review for Mortal Kombat 2. It was good. I enjoyed it for what it was. I was actually surprised at how good it was. I wasn't, like I said, I went into it with low expectations because let's be honest, most of the video game movies of today aren't the best. Like the video game adaptations of movies aren't the best and haven't been the best. I don't think ever, honestly. I can't think off the top of my head a more memorable video game movie adaptation of a video game, a movie adaptation of a video game. Damn. So, this was one of those ones where it teetered closer to what we would want, and this is one of those instances where the people listen. The people who made it, they listened to the fans, so they pretty much catered to the fans in terms of the changes that they wanted, which I'll go more into those changes because one of them kind of blew me away when I seen it, and I said, "Holy!" It was crazy. It was crazy. But when I seen it, I said, "Holy shit! They really did that." I didn't think they were gonna have the balls to do it, but they did it. And yeah. So overall, if I was to give this a score, all right, so I'll give two scores, right? I'll give the regular score, and then I'll give the score that basically a fan score. So in terms of like a regular score, 7.5 out of 10. Matter of fact, no, I'll go up a little higher, 8.5 out of 10. And the only reason why I can't give it the last 2 points is because of the story was lackluster. Like the way that they carried the story wasn't the best. So in terms of the story, it wasn't too much real story to it. No real character development other than a few characters. Like I won't go into too much because this is the spoiler-free portion of the review. So I'll say that they didn't really go into too much character development, but when they did, they actually did pretty good. And it was bare because when you have so many characters that are pretty much, you could say a lot of them are the main character, it's hard to care so much about all of their stories all at once. But there were two characters in particular that I think this movie was pretty much based on. And I'll go into that with the spoiler free, but those two characters, their development was done pretty well. I'll say that much. But yeah, the story was decent. The way that they carried it out, it was pretty much that you could tell that like through the story, you could see that they were jam packing everything because things were happening back after back after back, and you could see that they were jam packing everything so that they could get everything into the movie. So the movie was fast paced. There wasn't really too much slow pace within the movie. It was fast paced in terms of the story, the action. All right, so let's deviate into the action. The fighting choreography, the effects and everything, tip top. They did real good. That was the most enjoyable parts of it. The fights were amazing. They did so much better than they did in the first movie. Like Oh man, all right, I gotta wait until I get to the spoiler territory. I'm not gonna spoil it, but one of the fights was really, really good. OG, how's it going? Salute, salute. Oh yeah, happy Mother's Day to Miss OG. And I seen you posted the picture. So Miss OG and old Miss OG, happy Mother's Day to them. But yeah, the fighting was great. I really, really enjoyed the fights. There was one fight in particular, and I'll wait until I go into the spoiler part, but there was one fight in particular that I was actually surprised at how good it was, and that they really adapted a lot of the core fundamentals of those two characters, and they did it really well. So when I get to the spoiler part, I'll have a deeper insight on that. But the fighting was good. The fatalities were pretty good. A lot of them were kind of regular, and I say this as someone who has seen a lot of the different types of creativity in terms of the fatalities throughout the games, and the fatalities were pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of things where something happened in the fatality, and I was expecting them to go a little further with it, but they didn't. They kept it simple, and that's not bad. That's not bad all the time. Sometimes keeping it simple can work. But the fatalities were good. The gore was good. They had a bit of comedy relief in it, and a lot of the comedy relief was centered around one particular character, which I'm pretty sure you can guess who that was. But the way that they handled that was pretty good too, because I actually did kind of have a good few laughs here and there. But yeah, let's see. So the story, the fighting, the fatalities. Um, it was nonstop action, most definitely. Like there was more action than there was actual story, which is kind of surprising, but they actually did that very well. Um, hmm. And I think, yeah, that's really about it that I could really say about the movie without entering the spoiler territory. So overall, would I recommend it? Yeah, I would. But would I recommend a hard fan to go see it in the movies? No, I wouldn't recommend a hard fan to go see it in the movies. You can wait for it to get on DVD or download. It'll probably be on HBO Plus because that's the ones that have control over most of the Mortal Kombat movies and shows. So just wait for that to come out on HBO if you want to watch it as a hardcore fan. But if you're just trying to go to the movies to see something that's really good and entertaining and you don't mind the gore and shit, I would definitely recommend you to go see it. Take someone to go see it that really loves that type of thing, and you'll have a good time. It's a good hour. I think it's like an hour and 45 minutes, or almost close to 2 hours. But it was good. It was worth going to see as like a regular person going to see it. But if you're like a genuine fan, as I am, you can wait until it comes out. There's no real rush to see it. All right, so that's the spoiler-free review of it that I'll give it. So the spoiler-free, the two different scores as like a regular fan, I give it an 8. 8 out of 10. Now, as a hard fan, I gotta be a little bit more crushing on it. As a hard fan, I gotta give it, I mean, not even that much. As a hard fan, I probably give it probably a 7 out of 10. Yeah, so one score lower, 7 out of 10. Because like I said, overall the movie was really good. So 7 out of 10. And as a hard fan, 7 out of 10. But as a regular person just going to see it, definitely an 8 out of 10. So definitely recommend you go see it if you're like just a casual that just wants to see it and wants something good to go see in the movies. Definitely recommend it. All right, so now that we got through that, this is the spoiler free um review of it. Now let's go to the spoilers. All right, so we're gonna leave this on the bottom so that you'll know. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. All right, I'm gonna give you, the viewers, about 20 seconds to dip out if you get this far in the video, so you have an idea of what you don't want to hear, and you're not gonna want to be here for it. So I'm gonna set the clock now. 20 seconds. I've had not even 20. Let me give you 10. Because then we're going to jump into spoiler territory. All right, now the good old spoilers. Now this is mostly for like the hard fans too. So, in terms of the spoilers, okay, we get rid of that now. All right. So overall, in terms of the story, including the spoilers, I said the story was pretty much. It's not a crazy in-depth type of story. It's bare. So basically, the story, I would want to say the main characters of this particular movie, this time around, are Johnny Cage and Katana. Those are the two main characters because those are the two that you pretty much follow throughout the entire movie. Because they're the ones that have the most character development and all of that too. Like Jade gets a little bit, Liu Kang somewhat, but everybody else is pretty much regular. Like it's just they're just playing their roles. Nobody really gets too much character development in this movie other than Johnny Cage and Katana. Now, Johnny Cage. All right, so I guess I'll go through a character breakdown as well. So I'll give my opinions on instead of me having just given like a simple opinion on it. I'll start with Johnny Cage. All right. So, Johnny Cage. I think Carl Urban is one of the better actors of today. Because, you know, a lot of actors of today are kind of mediocre. They aren't the best. But I think Carl Urban did a very good job playing Johnny Cage. But I think the thing that they kind of messed up on was, and this is me comparing him to like the actual Johnny Cage character that we all know and we all see in the games most of the time. Carl Urban did a good job. I'm not gonna lie, did a very good job. But he seems like he's more of a grizzled old man Johnny Cage as compared to the young, vibrant, always jokey, goofy. Johnny Cage is a goofy character, but they didn't really have that so much in this. Like he was comedy, he was the comedy relief, but he wasn't really like the goofy, outrageous, always with the jokes, extra egotistical character this time around. He was more of the mature, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't want anything to do with something that's gonna have me risking my life. Like he was that kind of guy. At the same time, he was because they played on the struggling actor thing because this time around he's not really a popular actor anymore, so he's like a struggling actor now. And basically, he felt like this is gonna be his big comeback when Raiden persuaded him, or rather, he gained the persuasion throughout the story, but it was more so impacted by Raiden. Persuaded him to actually want to do something better with his life other than just the pursuit of fame and glory from his movie days. So, Johnny Cage was done pretty well, like I did say. He was done pretty well. He was done pretty well. But I just think that they didn't really hit too much on his immaturities, which is the basis of his character. Like they made him a lot more. Hold on, I keep shaking my camera. God damn it. They hit more on his maturity this time around, as opposed to his immature nature that we all know him to be. But like I said, Johnny Cage was done pretty well. Now, if I was to score that at a 1 out of 10 of how he was portrayed, I would say 8 out of 10. The 2 points I got to deduct because they didn't really stick to his character for the most part, but they did stick to it on a genuine good part that I can say that they did a well enough job for me to say that he was Johnny Cage. Like he was through and through Johnny Cage, so he did a good enough job. Katana was done very well. I think Katana was one of the few characters that really stuck to the character, and she was like, she was everything that you would expect a character to be. In terms of, now her story was a little off from what we know of her story to be, but I will say for the most part they did well in her portrayal. What's the actress's name? Adeline Rudolph. She did a very good job portraying Katana. I will say that. She had that attitude, that fierceness about her. She, because if you know Katana, you know Katana is that no nonsense kind of female character. So she maintained that. They didn't break away from her character, but her story was a little to the weird side. So I'll deviate a little bit and talk a little bit about Katana and Jared because Jared isn't on this particular picture that I have here. So I'll touch down on his character too. So Jared was more so of an obscure character in terms of the Mortal Kombat story. So they didn't really there's not too much presentation of Jared in the regular Mortal Kombat stories and shit. Like all you know is that he was the ruler of Outworld. He eventually later on becomes Ermac, which is the dominant. Jared basically becomes the dominant spirit within Ermac. And if you know Ermac, Ermac is basically the red ninja in Mortal Kombat. He's the amalgamation of a bunch of different souls of the greatest warriors. And King Jarrett was one of them. But King Jarrett becomes the dominant soul and becomes the one that's mostly in control of Ermac. But that's only in like the new story. I mean, there's hints of it in the old story too, because there's two different Mortal Kombat stories. I won't get too much into it, but in the Mortal Kombat games, the story reboots a couple of times because of time shit. Like, you know how it goes. They want to get into the whole time dynamic and the whole changing history and shit like that. Well, Mortal Kombat, the stories in the games touch on that a lot. But not to get too much into that, but King Jarrett, I want to say he was portrayed as much as I would expect him to be portrayed, which is basically the benevolent king that fights against Shao Kahn and loses. So King Jarrett was the ruler of a place called Edenia. Edenia was basically a realm that's much more sophisticated than Earth realm, because Earth realm is basically like Earth, and Edenia is basically like the high-end Earth realm, I guess you could say. But Edenia was basically the better of majority of the realms because they were the pugilistic kind, the aristocrats, I guess you could say. And King Jared was the king, and he had to defend Earthrealm. Well, no, he had to defend Edenia from Outworld because they were being invaded by Shao Kahn. But yeah, King Jared got washed. Just just like in the movie, King Jared got washed up in the movie. He got washed up in the game series too by Shao Kahn. But the way it happened was different, and I'll get to that when I get to Sindel because she plays a pivotal role in that. And yeah, I'll wait till I get to Sindel. But overall, Katana, very well portrayed. I do like the character development that they did follow through with her because they pretty much went the MK11 route, which is basically in MK11 she ends up being the one who kills Shao Kahn, as opposed to another character, which I'll touch down on that when I get to him. But she ends up being the one that kills Shao Kahn. She becomes the queen of Outworld, which is pretty much synonymous with the story of MK11. So they pretty much stay true to that in a way. And I kind of do like it, I kind of don't. Like what I was wanting and what I was expecting didn't really happen. But that's fine. I'm fine with the way that they went about it this time, especially given her character development that they did maintain her character in terms of like who she is and what defines her. So Katana, very good character. I like the way that she was portrayed, and I would give this character, like I said, 8 out of 10. Matter of fact, no, 9. I give her a 9. 9 out of 10. She did very good portraying her. All right, Raiden. I want to say he's not too bad. Not gonna lie. In the first movie, I wasn't really feeling Raiden like that, but he kind of grew on me in this one. So Raiden, I think, was pretty much he was portrayed well. He was portrayed pretty well. He didn't. I was kind of disappointed he didn't do the "by the Elder Gods" because that's kind of Raiden's known phrase throughout the game. So if he would have did a lot of that, then I would have been on board. But this one, he just played like this generic master, like this generic old school master Like he didn't have nothing really like special about him, anything like that. So that was kind of a disappointment. Now how they portrayed his powers and everything, A plus, A plus. They did really good with that. Um, his story a little different. I guess I could touch back on the katana thing too. So they kind of have this connection in the story where Raiden and Katana father, King Jarrett, had this friendship or whatever, and he gave Katana this necklace that she would be able to contact Raiden at any time. That's some new shit because that was never in the original story. The original story, Raiden has nothing to do with no other realm other than Earth realm. If it ain't Earth realm, Raiden don't give a fuck about it because that's basically his realm. So the understanding of the gods and shit, elder gods are basically like the highest of the high tier of gods. They're like the gods that pretty much rule everything. Like anything in terms of every realm, elder gods have complete and absolute control. Well, not control, but they have authority over pretty much all the realms. Raiden is strictly Earth realm. He has nothing to do with Edenia like they do in the movies, and that was something completely new. So I don't know what they was going with that, but they kind of pretty much. I don't know. I don't know where they was going with that, but it wasn't too bad of a detail that they added into it. But that was just something that was new, and when I seen it, I was like, "What the fuck?" But then I was like, all right, yeah, that's all right, all right." Raiden, 8 out of 10, because I wanted a little more out of his character, but 8 out of 10. Here we go, Jade. I'll say this: the actress, she did well. She did very well portraying Jade. She portrayed Jade the way that I would expect her to, but the changes that they made to Jade, I wasn't too happy about. I wasn't too fond of, and I'll get to those changes in a second. But the way she portrayed Jade in terms of like her demeanor, how she acts, how she responds, very well done. But I will say the changes that they made to her kind of defeated the purpose of her character. And the one thing, of course, that I don't like, which is going to make me not score this character too high. Um, man. So in the original story, Jade is from Edenia, which is the same place that Katana is from. Jade was always an Edenian. Now, this time around in the movie, Jade is an Outworlder. She's an Outworlder that was pretty much found and raised by Shao Kahn, which is pretty new because in the original story, she was, I forgot her exact story, but she's from Edenia basically. And she was, I believe she was Katana's bodyguard or something like that, but she was best friends with Katana, which is still just something that they keep within the movie, but it's a little different because now, as opposed to her being an Edenian who was raised with Katana, and pretty much they had this long time friendship, now she's an Outworlder who was forced to be Katana's bodyguard, and then they grew a friendship then. So it was a lot different from what we know in the original story. And um, like I said, how she was portrayed was pretty well done. Like the actress pretty much stayed true to who we would expect Jade to be and how we would expect her to be like. And of course the whole eventual turning of who she was and who she was pretty much always loyal to Shao Kahn in this story, but this time they made her pretty much be more so loyal to Katana. And in the original story, she was always just loyal to Katana above all else. But she was loyal to Shao Kahn because it was consistent with her loyalty to Katana. Now, that's another thing that they did change that I forgot to mention about Katana. In this movie, they pretty much made Katana defiant from the very beginning because Katana was aware of her father's death in this movie and how he died. Whereas in the original story, Katana wasn't even, I don't think she was even born yet when Jarrett was killed. I don't even think she really knew who Jarrett was or had any idea about him being her father. Because I do remember in the original story that Shao Kahn pretty much raised her, and she always seen Shao Kahn as her father. Whereas in this story, Katana pretty much knows who Shao Kahn is, and she knows how that he killed her father and shit like that. So that was a big change for that too. But Jade, yeah, in terms of her character, attitude, personality, well done, very well done. The changes to the story was a little iffy, but it still worked. It worked. I'll say that. It's different, but it worked. So it's still pretty much acceptable. Now, my biggest gripe with this, she's bald. Now, listen, I have nothing against the actress being bald or anything like that. But I'll just say this. If we're gonna stay true to the character, they could have put a wig on this lady. Jade being bald in this is it was it was to me making it out to as if they were trying to make Jade to be like what are those warriors named? The ones that defend T'Challa, the Black Panther. I forgot the name of those ladies. But it's like they were pushing for Jade to be like them. And it's like, yo, that was so fucking unnecessary, yo. Put a wig on this chick, bro. A wig with long hair or something. And it would have worked. Because she has the aesthetic to be able to work out with Jade, even though she's not the type of let me just say this, I wouldn't choose her to be Jade. But she was close enough to work and be decent, but making her bald was just why? Like, you made every other character look similar to all the other characters. Why make this chick bald, bro? Jay Wills, what's good, brother? So it was kind of weird that they made her bald, and she actually became a meme too, because everybody within the Mortal Kombat community was pretty much memeing Jay bald, why bald? Like, I don't know why they made this chick bald, bro. Bald nigga, bald nigga, bald nigga. Like, yo, why? But overall, I give Jade a 6 out of 10. I can't give her a 7 or 8 because they didn't really stay true to the character as much as I would wanted them to, but they stayed true close enough. Sonya. Sonya was done pretty well. I think this is a very good portrayal of Sonya. They didn't really stick to her personality. They made her more of like the accepting kind of person, because as we know Sonya to be in the original stories, like the games and shit, Sonya is more so not so accepting to other people, except for Jax and eventually later on Johnny Cage. But Sonya was more so the chick with the attitude kind of thing in terms of her personality. But this Sonya is a lot different, as in she still talks her shit, she still acts the part, but she's more so accepting and more like the genuinely caring female within the story, whereas that was never Sonya's real attitude in the original games and shit. But she was still very well portrayed though. I do like the fact that they did give her a pretty good fight, well, good fights. Like, we actually seen Sonya put in some work in this movie, and I was happy with that. So I mean, there's not too much I can really say about Sonya, because I did like her for what she brought, and I did like the way that she was portrayed. So I get a Sonya 8 out of 10. I mean, minus the little changes. Oh no, I give her a 9 out of 10. Yeah, this is a very good portrayal of Sonya. Even like the way she fought, it was a very good portrayal of Sonya. So I give her a 9 out of 10. Sindel. Oh man, hold on. Let me get a drink of water for this one. Cause Sindel. Oh man. Oh boy. Make sure the shit don't get on my damn laptop. Stay hydrated, people. Alright. Sindel. I'm just gonna start off by saying that this Sindel was trash. This Sindel was trash, bro. Oh my god. This is so horrible. So horrible. I hate how they portrayed this Sindel. So let me say this. This Sindel was so poorly portrayed. They didn't stay true to the character. The changes that they made to her, it was like, what? Why? What? Why? Yet, like, oh my god. All right. So let's talk about Sindel. All right. So in the original games, Sindel was basically this treacherous piece of shit traitor wife who also, well, no, they changed her character a couple of times, so I can't even really say that. Um, all right, so let's stick with the original story before I touch into the other shit. All right, so in the original story, it was pretty much similar to what we know. Sindel, the wife of King Jarrett, she pretty much was kind of forced to be made Shao Kahn's wife after he took over Edenia and King Jarrett was killed, but they changed her story later on and made it to where she didn't even really like her husband King Jarrett. She more so tolerated him, and she pretty much fell in love with Shao Kahn because she was a power hungry bitch. Let's just say that. Sindel was this power hungry chick who wanted more out of just being a queen. She wanted power. And she ended up basically allying with Shao Kahn on the low and helped Shao Kahn pretty much murder her husband and freely accepted Shao Kahn's invitation into being his queen. And that's when they took over pretty much Edenia and ruled both realms together because the realms merged when you take over. So they pretty much ruled Outworld together. But this time around, they made her pretty much this loyal. They made her this loyal queen that pretty much was forced to be Shao Kahn's consort. I think they called her. I think they called her a consort. But she was basically his toy to do what he wanted with her, because I think he used they mentioned, well, he mentioned Shao Kahn that he used Quan Chi to bring her back when she was killed, because she was killed during her fight with Sonya, because she fought Sonya and Sonya murked her, and the way she died, it was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna bring this up, man. I was like, ain't no way. No, this is not the Sindel that I remember, bro. This is not her. So when I seen this, it was like, nah, this is not very well done. Nah, because in the games, Sindel is strong as shit. She is extremely strong in the game. So strong that there was a single part within one of the games, and when it happened, and when we all first seen it for the first time, it was like, holy shit. She's that fucking strong. So let me see. I'm gonna see if I can bring up this video to show it. But I do hate that they made Sindel a lot weaker in this movie. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Pause the music for a second. All right. Now capture. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Here we go. Now, this is the Sindel I was hoping they were going to use, and they didn't. And it was so disappointing that they didn't use her. All right.
Mother.
So this is Sindel popping up, showing up on the scene.
Come forward if you dare! I will finish what the Lin Kuei could not!
Now, this is everybody.
Attack!
This is everybody. Everybody other than Liu Kang, I think Liu Kang, Raiden, and I think Sonya, Johnny Cage, other than those people, this is everybody from Earthrealm. And look how this shit plays out, bro. Damn. 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 Oh no, Sonya's there. She just get knocked down. Yo. Alright, I'll stop it there. So you have an idea of the difference. For those who've seen the movie, now you have an idea of the difference between the Sindel they portrayed and the Sindel that's really Sindel. That's Queen Sindel that I just showed you. This one here, I don't know who the fuck this chick is, but yeah, she was just that. It wasn't Sindel to me. It was just King Jared's wife, honestly. And then when Sindel died, you see no reaction from Katana. You see no real like emotional scene or nothing like that when she was killed. Like she was just killed and then brought back as like this zombie by Quan Chi under the orders of Shao Kahn. Now, well, yeah, let me take a step back. So she fought Sonya. They fought in the pit, and if you know what the pit is basically the stage in Mortal Kombat that has like the spikes at the bottom, but the tall columns that have the spikes attached to it. So they fight in a arena like that. It was pretty sick how they did it too, because they had it to where the spikes were coming up and going back down in the middle of the fight. So it was pretty sick. The fight itself was pretty good, but if that was the real Sindel in that fight, she would have washed Sonya up. She would have washed Sonya up really bad because is Sonya's a dope character, but she stands no chance in the world against the actual Sindel. So I don't like the way that they portrayed Sindel in this movie. They pretty much made her they nerfed the shit out of her. They made her weak as hell in this movie. And she was basically just the Shao Kahn's new side chick. Not even side piece, because nah, I don't even know the word for it. But they call her consort, but she's basically made to be just Shao Kahn's wife, and they completely changed her character. They made her weaker. How she looked was all right. It was decent, but she just wasn't that intimidating Sindel that we all knew. And yeah, I want to say this is probably one of the more poorer portrayals of the characters in the movie. So this Sindel, man, 2 out of 10. This is a very piss poor portrayal of Sindel. It was like pretty much an insult to the character, honestly. All right, Liu Kang. Liu Kang, I was hoping they was gonna make him the main character, and they didn't. Like Liu Kang just wasn't the main character in this time around, and he wasn't even the main character in the first one. But I can't wait to get to the main character of the first one. Oh man. Oh my god. But yeah, so Liu Kang, very well portrayed. I do like the actor that plays him. I think Liu Kang was probably one of the better portrayals in terms of the fighting because his fighting was very well done. And then the powers that they showed him use were amazing. Amazing. There was this fight, well, when he had to fight with Shao Kahn, that fight was dope. Like what little bit of the fight that they gave us, that fight was dope. But all of his fights were really good, Liu Kang's. So he was definitely one of the better portrayals of the character alongside Katana. So I was very happy to see what they did with him. Um, Attitude, the same as you would expect from the game. Everything about him, honestly, was just very synonymous to what we see him to be in the game. Um, his fight with Kung Lao was very well done. This is when I was talking about earlier in the spoiler free. The fights that really stuck close to what we knew the characters to be and how they fight. The fight with Liu Kang and Kung Lao, bro, that fight was fucking sick. I love the way that they did that fight. And his motives throughout the entire movie kind of shifted towards the end because in the beginning it was just about him winning, which was weird, but it went from him basically like you're fighting to defend your realm and stop it from being overtaken by Shao Kahn, but then that focus shifts because you inevitably want to save Kung Lao because they bring Kung Lao back as a revenant. So I'll touch more on that later on, but his motive switches from the importance of defending the realm and saving the realm to saving Kung Lao. And it's like, bro, how you gonna save Kung Lao? Your realm is in danger. Like, bro, homie about to take over. If you don't kill him, if you don't take over, he's gonna take over. And what the fuck is gonna be the point of saving Kung Lao if your realm's gonna be dead? So I didn't understand what they went that route with him for, but other than that, overall, he was done very well. Like I said, the display of his power, his fatalities, yeah, everything was really well done with Lil. I'm happy what they did with Liu Kang. I just wanted more of the final fight to be between him and Shao Kahn, as opposed to them making it about Katana and Shao Kahn. But overall, Liu Kang was very well done. So I'll give him definitely like a 9 out of 10. Very well done. All right. My favorite character overall throughout the entire Mortal Kombat mythos. Not just Noob Saibot, but just Bihan in general, is most definitely my favorite character in Mortal Kombat. Now, like I said earlier, Sub-Zero saved the first movie. The first movie was mediocre at best, and Sub-Zero and Scorpion's feud pretty much made that movie as good as it was because that was the only thing I really gave a fuck about in that movie. The first movie I didn't give a fuck about nothing else other than, yo, where is Sub-Zero? Because the way that they portrayed him was dope. I love the way that they made him. Even though the armor he had on looked sick, but it was a little janky for a guy like Joe. I think what's his name? Joe Taslim. Joe Taslim. Yeah, Joe Taslim is a very good actor, very good martial arts actor. If you want to see one of his portrayals and one of his doper portrayals in on media, in media period, watch a show called Warrior. I think it's on Netflix. It's a TV show. I'm not gonna go too much of it, but it's a TV show about the war between Chinese triad gangs and shit, and he's in it, and it's really good, really good. I definitely recommend it. It was actually a story that was written by Bruce Lee that he was gonna actually make a movie or TV show out of, but because his early passing, of course, he wasn't able to do it. But his daughter was the one that got it done. So check out Warrior. It's definitely really good, very good. I highly recommend it in terms of a TV show to watch. All right, so Noob Saibot. Noob Saibot, I was glad to see. I want to say, oh man, how can I really go about this? All right, so Noob Saibot was pretty much portrayed as much as you would expect him to be, even though this time around he, like his outfit and shit, I guess they went the MK11 outfit for him, which is something that I didn't really want them to do, but seeing that they did go about it like that, it was like, all right, that's cool. All right, I wasn't expecting them to really use that, but because they did, and that it was kind of well done, the way that they did like his outfit and shit. It looked a little janky in the movie, like certain parts of it looked a little fucking weird, but overall it was good. Overall he was good. Like I did like the portrayal of him. I like the display of his powers, the way they used the clone, the way he was maneuvering around the entire shit, like going in and out of the darkness, that and all that. They did really well in terms of like his fighting and everything like that. The fight between him and Scorpion was pretty dope too. But uh my one of my problems with the way that he was portrayed is the outfit looked a little weird. I think because of how bulky they made the outfit look, it looked like it kind of restricted him. And it's the same thing with Scorpion. Like these are ninja characters that you would expect to see all over the place, but they seem like they put so much armor and shit on them that they was like stiff as shit as opposed to everybody else that was fighting. So I didn't really like that in terms of, well, with him and Scorpion, I didn't like that. So, and that kind of was a waste of um, Joe Taslim's talent too, because he's a very good martial artist. So I kind of feel like they kind of took away from his character with that. So I wish they would have went more so like the regular ninja character or the regular ninja outfit that Noob Saibot usually has. But because they did use this and the way that they did do it, it looked pretty much the same as MK11, and the way that they had it on him, it looked decent. But the way the hood and shit looked, it looked weird as shit. Now, the shadow that he uses to fight with him, that was dope. I do like the fact that they did use that. That was pretty cool the way that they did that. But as much as I did enjoy the Noob Saibot portrayal, I feel that they went the route with Noob Saibot a little too early because I'm sorry. I wanted Sub-Zero in this movie. And unfortunately, no Sub-Zero was to be found in this movie. They might save him for the next one because they didn't have Smoke in this movie either. And if you know from the original games, the new person that becomes Sub-Zero after Bihan's death is his younger brother, Kuai Liang. He basically becomes the new Sub-Zero, and he wasn't shown. Like, he was never shown, honestly. He wasn't even shown in the first movie, and like Bihan's past and shit. So, now that I think about it, he might not even show. They might not even have a Sub-Zero, to be honest. But that kind of, yeah, I didn't really like it like that. I honestly would have preferred Sub-Zero to die in this movie and then come back as Noob Saibot later. But Bihan overall, the way that the character was portrayed, I liked it for the most part. I just wish that he was Sub-Zero more in this movie. Like, I wish Sub-Zero would have survived the first movie and then died in this one and then came back as Noob Saibot. But yeah, that's just a personal preference, as him being my favorite character in all of them. But what can I score him? 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Minus the janky shit with his armor and shit, making him look so stiff in their fights. I do, and I did love the fact that how they did show what he's capable of in a fight, and he was fighting like 3 different people, so they did pretty good with him overall, I would say. But I just would have wanted more from his character, but for the most part, they did good enough for me to enjoy him. All right. So, first 8 down. All right, here we go. Scorpion. Pretty much the same thing as Bihan. I would say Scorpion was very well done. I think they kind of went more so with the Scorpion from MK11, which was like a balanced Scorpion who wasn't really overtaken by his vengeance, even though his vengeance with Bihan was basically the basis of his character. They stuck to that, and they pretty much made that who Scorpion was in the movie. He was just somebody that he died, he went to hell, he was just a soul in hell now, being Scorpion. And they showed like this interesting thing where while he is in hell, he doesn't really see the nether realm for what it is, but the way he explains it, he says, is based on how strong the person's spirit is, to where he was able to create his own like pocket realm of sorts within the nether realm. Nether realm is hell, by the way, but he was able to create his own little pocket dimension within hell to where it would appear the way that he wants it to. So instead of it being all fire and brimstone, it was him raking a garden and old school Japan. Old school Japan. I think it was probably like feudal Japan, but he's raking the garden and still living with his wife and shit. So Scorpion, there wasn't too much of him in the movie, so I can't really say too much. But the fight between him and Noob Saibot was now for me to talk on that fight was it was decent. I don't wanna say it was as good as the Liu Kang and Kung Lao fight. That was probably my favorite fight. But no, not even. That's probably like my second favorite fight in the whole movie. But the fight between Scorpion, because it wasn't even just a fight between Scorpion and Noob Saibot. It was a fight between Scorpion, Noob Saibot, Kano, and Johnny Cage. Because Kano and Johnny Cage went to hell and needed Scorpion as their guide, according to Raiden, to find something. I'll get into what that something is later. But they both went to hell to have Scorpion escort them throughout hell to find Noob Saibot. And so it was kind of a fight between Noob Saibot and all three of them. But the fight was alright, but the fight wasn't what I would have hoped it to be because of the problems that I said I did have with it. I think both actors could have really been able to give us a far better show if they didn't have these janky ass armors that made them look so stiff in the fights. I think they could have offered more if they had in fact, let me bring up something. So this is something that I really liked about some of the older Mortal Kombat movies and shows. So there's what's the name of that thing? Oh, okay, there's something called Mortal Kombat Legacy. It originally started off as something fan made, and it eventually became like a series, even though it was discontinued, I do believe. But it was a fan made thing, and it was very well done. Very well done. So if you watch this, then you watch all right, hold on, let me pause the music again. So you watch this and then you rewatch, even if you rewatch the fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero in the first movie. And don't get me wrong, the fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero in the first movie, that last fight was sick. The first fight was pretty alright. It was pretty good. But that last fight that they had, without including fucking Cole Young, the fight that they had was pretty dope. I did like what they did with that fight, but this fight that I'm about to show you is what I expected and I wanted to see from this fight. All right, let's bring this back. Oh, wrong thing. All right, so let's grab this again. All right, so this is kind of what I wanted out of the fight, but of course we weren't able to get because this is one of the probably the best portrayal of a fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Well, no, there's another show called Mortal Kombat Conquest. That fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero pretty good too. But this, when I first seen this, I was kind of blown away by it. But check this shit out, man. So this is a human Scorpion, by the way. This is before he had all the fire and shit. So just for extra context on this in particular, so this is kind of not like a more modern day setting. This is like a feudal setting, and this pretty much shows the history between both characters. So they kind of stay true to like the way how the movie portrayed it. They kind of stay true to this because in the original series, well, the original games, it's all modern day shit. Like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they lived in the modern day. But in the movies in this, they kind of went back to the past and had them portrayed as ninjas from the past that basically eventually roll over into the future or modern day. But this is like a feudal era version of him. That's why you see him with the weird mask and shit. But this is before he becomes Scorpion, and he's known as Hanzo.
必要だったのだ。お前なしには弱い白い竜一門はついに終わり。
See, now look how they fight, and then look at how Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight in the old movies. Well, not the old movies, in the latest movies. This looks like an actual fight between two ninja, even though Sub-Zero isn't a ninja, but you get what I'm saying. But it looks more like a fight, whereas the other one, it just looked like they were just wielding weapons and their powers the whole time. I would have wanted more of this in the current fights. Then when I seen this, I was like, holy shit, this is sick. So like cool shit like this, I would have wanted them to put in the movie. And this is fan made, by the way. This isn't by some big studio or nothing. This is basically a small group that came together and they gathered enough money to hire some good actors to basically play these roles. But yeah, that was something that came out years ago, but that was really good. But yeah, so to get back to the Scorpion, was he was decently portrayed. I can't really say too much about him because they didn't really show a lot of Scorpion in the movie. But of course, when they did, he did a good job. And Scorpion also is portrayed by one of my favorite actors, Hiroyuki Sanada. I really liked him in the latest TV show. What was the name of that TV show? Damn, it just slipped my mind that quick. The samurai TV show. But I liked him in a lot of things. I liked him in the Wolverine movie too. He actually portrayed a very good portrayal of who was supposed to be. I won't get into that. There's a lot of gripe that I have with that too. Shogun, he's in the movie, the show Shogun. Shogun is a really good show. I recommend that too. If you're into the whole feudal Japan thing, it's not really a action-packed samurai show, but it's like a more of like a Game of Thrones type samurai show. But I'm actually waiting for the next season for that to come out. But yeah, Scorpion was pretty well done. I give Scorpion an 8 out of 10. He was pretty good. All right, Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung, very well done. I like the way that they portray Shang Tsung, and it's not what you would think. The reason why I would expect them to portray him in a way that they did. Like it wasn't more of the big things. It wasn't like the way he was fighting and anything like that because they pretty much tapped back into who Shang Tsung really is in this movie. Shang Tsung is the schemer. He's not the one that's out there fighting on the front lines. He's the schemer, the one that's always doing things behind the scene. And there's one part in the movie, and when they showed it, I said, "Yeah, there's Shang Tsung right there." And it was when who was it that walked in on him? Who was it that walked in on him? Um, was it Katana or was it Jade? I think it was Jade. Yeah, it was Jade. I think it was Jade that walked in on him, and it was in Shao Kahn's throne room, and Shang Tsung was sitting on Shao Kahn's throne. When I seen that shit, I said, "Yeah, that's the Shang Tsung I remember." Because Shang Tsung isn't somebody that wants to really serve Shao Kahn. He's not like the religious zealots and just overall just staunch loyalists of Shao Kahn. Shang Tsung's just looking for his opportunity to come out on top. And Shang Tsung just so happens to be an outworlder that serves under Shao Kahn, but he's looking for any and every opportunity to usurp Shao Kahn. So you start to see pieces of that. So I have a feeling, well, Shao Kahn's dead now in the movie, but you basically was starting to see those hints of Shang Tsung being the schemer. and him basically having those instincts to want to just betray Shao Kahn. So this is something I gotta touch on too, because this is another display of them actually sticking to the Shang Tsung's character. There was a point in time in the movie where a particular item that Shang Tsung and another character that I'm gonna talk about later, but they had to find a particular item for Shao Kahn, and when they found it, Shang Tsung had it in his hand, and he made like this statement of what a person he said something like what a person can do with this type of power. And you see in the way that he's looking at it, and you can see that he's pretty much scheming on, should I take this shit and just use it, or do I really want to give it to Shao Kahn? But Quan Chi pretty much reminds him um of his service to Shao Kahn, and of course Shao Kahn shows up and they give it to him. But yeah, you start to see like a lot of the scheming and a lot of the manipulative actions of Shang Tsung in the movie, but it's more so subtle because you don't really see Shang Tsung too much in the movie too. But the times you do see him is pretty good. Like there's a time where he shows up and he wants to kill Raiden because you know him and Raiden got that old school hate each other type beef. And when Raiden was down on his luck, well, not down on his luck, but had his throat slit and was weak and on death's door, Shang Tsung was basically there to kind of snuff him out. Like Shang Tsung was ready to take him out while he was on the ambulance bed and shit while Raiden is dying. But Raiden ends up getting his power back and was able to defend himself. But Shang Tsung was very well portrayed. I'll give Shang Tsung a because we didn't really get to see enough of him, but when we did see him, it was always good. 9 out of 10. I give Shang Tsung a 9 out of 10. Baraka. Baraka basically I was surprised at how good they did him in terms of like the details in his face and shit. I was kind of surprised at how good that they did that with Baraka. But I will say they made Baraka inevitably the comic relief alongside Johnny Cage because basically him and Johnny Cage, which it was kind of one of the funnier portions of the movie too that I really enjoyed. So there's a part of the movie where they have to find the Earth Realmers have to find a way into Shao Kahn's castle, but the only way that they could get to it, according to Katana, without them being spotted, is by going through an underground passage. Now, this underground passage just so happens to go through where Baraka and his people live. So when they get there, of course, they approach Baraka and ask him if he could help them. Of course, he says no because who's gonna turn against Shao Kahn for complete strangers? And when they try to talk him down, he still wasn't with it. Like they gave him this big speech and he still wasn't with it. So Liu Kang challenges him to a fight. And he says, if I win, you help me. And if we lose, you can do whatever. So Baraka denies him. Johnny Cage. Now this is when it comes to where they did a really good portrayal of Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage starts talking shit, and he's talking cash shit, calling Baraka a pussy and all types of shit. And Johnny Cage is doing this now. This is actor Johnny Cage, by the way. This is not the Johnny Cage that feels like he's a fighter yet. So he's talking all of this shit, and Baraka is like, "All right, I'll take the deal." But they all thinking that he's gonna take the deal and fight Liu Kang, and he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna fight. Let me fight Johnny Cage, then I'll take the deal." So they're like, "Well, Johnny Cage, you got to take the deal, bro, because you got to take one for the team, man." So he takes the fight, and that was probably one of the funnier fights throughout the movie. But it was very well done. I do like the way that they did portray Baraka in terms of like his the knives and shit, like his wrist blades. I do like the way that they did portray that. They made it more like bone blades as opposed to like the like just straight up blades like Wolverine style kind of wrist blades. So they did real good with that. And then he was able to shoot the blades out like projectiles, which is something that they didn't really ever show. Baraka was able to do in any of the real life adaptations of him. So Baraka was pretty much well done. The comic relief with him and Johnny Cage, I did end up liking because I got some laughs out of that. But the fight scene where they showed him killing like guards and shit like that, that was pretty sick. So Baraka, very well done. I would give this Baraka just because he did look a little weird and janky when you first see him, but as you see him moving and actually interacting with other characters and shit, it looks a little better. But I want to give him probably a 7.5, 7.58. I'll give him an 8. 8 out of 10. I like the way that they did Barack on this movie. Jax. This was one of the moments that I wasn't expecting. So, spoiler, Jax dies. And when he dies, it was like, holy shit, they killed him. I wasn't expecting Jax to die in this movie, but he did. And the way that he did die, which don't get me wrong, he died a good death. He didn't die to some scrub or some shit like that, but he does die, and I was surprised to see him die. I do like the way that this guy portrays, because I'm not too familiar with this actor. What's his name? Uh, Makai Brooks. I do like the Jax that he portrays. This gives us a bit more of the younger kind of Jax, but I think that they should have. He needed a cigar more in this movie. That was the only thing that I didn't like. The man needed a cigar, and he needs hair. The bald Jax thing is cool. Like that's more of a when was Jax bald? I think the Mortal Kombat Annihilation movie, they made him bald. But other than that, in any of the games, I don't think he was ever bald. So the bald Jax was like get that man a brook, bro. But I do like the way he portrayed Jax though. He was a cool Jax. Even from the first movie, he was a pretty good Jax. Like, he's just a military guy that ends up losing his arms in the first movie. So in the first movie, he loses his arms to Sub-Zero, but in the games, he loses his arms to Ermac. But yeah, this guy he did really good portraying Jax. I mean, there's not too much really I could say about it. His fight with Jade was pretty well done. Um, yeah, there's not so much I can really say about him. I like the way they portrayed him. His fights were good. They kind of stuck true to the character for the most part. The metal arms looked pretty sick in the movie. I'm not even gonna lie. The metal arms looked really good. And the way he died, he went out like a J. He died. Shao Kahn kills him, the one who kills him, by the way. But yeah, Jax was pretty much portrayed very well. So I'll give this Jax a 8 out of 10 because I wish he had hair. It'd looked a lot better. All right, Kano. I forgot about Kano. Kano is also the comic relief, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the only reason that they brought Kano back was because the fans wanted Kano back. Now, I'm gonna be a little bit more less forgiving on Kano as opposed to other characters that I was more so accepting of. Kano, this isn't the Kano that we know of in the games. This is some completely new iteration of Kano because the Kano that we know in the games. All right, so let me just start off by saying in the movie, Kano becomes a good guy. And the motive that they make for him becoming a good guy, I was like, can understand why he would, but no, that's not really Kano. So Kano is basically the guy that has no real allegiance to anyone. He's really just going out for himself, and whichever side he feels he could gain the most from is who he's gonna align with. Not only that, but the side that he feels that he would get the most out of is the side that he would go with. So I think he would definitely get the most out of going with Shao Kahn and sticking with them. But for some reason, they made it to where he ends up going to the good side. And his reason was because Outworld and the way Edenia was now, they looked like these dim, depressing worlds, whereas he's gonna miss the beaches, the beers, and all this other. And it's like, bro, that was never who Kano character was. But okay, this is this new Kano that I wanted to bring into the movie. But um, I didn't really like this portrayal of Kano. Now, was he funny? Yeah. The comic relief was definitely the only redeeming quality of his character because overall, he was a trash version of Kano, the Kano that I know Kano to be. But the eye thing was pretty well done. I did like what they did with the eye, even though they didn't make it cybernetic, which is kind of trash. But I guess you could probably blame budget for that because made what would be like a whole cyber implant on the side of his face and over his eye. They just made it like just a regular eye. And his eye was made by Quan Chi. Because if you remember in the first movie, he dies by Sonya, but Quan Chi brings him back because Kano has something that he needs. And I think honestly, they only brought Kano back because the fans liked him in the first movie because he was funny. So, is he a good interpretation of Kano? Absolutely not. Is he a good character in the movie? Yes. So, if I'm gonna grade him in terms of just a character in the movie, 8 out of 10. He's a good character in the movie, but in terms of him being Kano, 4, 4 out of 10. All right, Cole Young. Cole Young. I gotta get a drink of water after this one. Holy shit. Cole Young, man. Stay hydrated. All right. Let me start off by saying this. Cole Young's actor, amazing actor. I think his name is Louis Tan. Louis, not Tan. Louis Tan is his name. Great actor. Very good martial arts actor at that. Very good actor. But Cole Young was pretty much never an original Mortal Kombat character. He was a shoo-in. And he was a shoo-in because the creators of the movie wanted a character that, which is something that they're doing in a lot of movies, and I don't understand why. But they gave us this character that they felt that we would be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? They wanted to give us a character that we could relate to because all of these other superhuman characters and all this other shit, which didn't make much sense to me because I think we could have related just fine to Jax and Sonya. But they gave us Cole Young because, as always, in every movie that's a reinterpretation or some type of iteration of something, they always have to give us this one brand new character that they got to include into it because they feel like the audience would relate with that character and be able to see through that character's point of view. So Cole Young was the main character of the first movie. Now Cole Young got murked in this movie. The new one, he got murked, and people was like, "Holy shit!" Like, yo, the fucking theater blew up when we seen him get murked. And who kills him? Shao Kahn. The way Shao Kahn kills him, it's pretty sick too. I'm not even gonna lie. So, I kind of knew that he was gonna die too because they made him fight Shao Kahn so early in the movie, and it was right after Shao Kahn had got the item that he was looking for. Um, so Cole Young never liked him, never liked this character. He's pretty much this boring ass generic character that they just so happen to make a descendant of Scorpion. And I think the writers killing him off was pretty much something that they did for the fans. Now that plays back into what I was saying earlier today that the writers pretty much did things in this movie to please the fans because none of the fans liked Cole Young in the first movie. So I guess they just said, fuck it, let's just kill him off because there's no reason for us to keep him here no more. And not to mention, he didn't really have too much more story to offer either because he um pretty much helped Scorpion kill Sub Zero in the first movie. And Scorpion was down in hell, so there was no reason for him to come back either, which is surprising because honestly, I would have expected Scorpion to come to Cole Young's aid in his fight against Shao Kahn, but he didn't. But then again, he probably wouldn't because it's not Bihan that was trying to kill Cole Young in this movie. But yeah, so they pretty much killed off Cole Young in this movie because he didn't have nothing else to offer. And even in this movie, like the times that they did show him, it was like bare. So you didn't really like, he was like just this NPC on the side that just talked here and there. But Cole Young, boring ass character. He didn't really have much to offer. In terms of story, he had nothing else to offer. And he pretty much gave us one of the best fatalities on the other person's behalf because he's the one that got murked. And yeah, so Cole Young got packed up this movie, and I'm glad that they did because it was time for them to get rid of him because there was no other room for him in the cast. That they could have put another Mortal Kombat character in his place instead of having him. So Cole Young, you had a good run, but he got packed up. Now in terms of Cole Young, if I'm going to grade him, 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. There's nothing else for me to really say about him because he was just a generic NPC on the side that we knew from the first one being the main character of the first movie, and in this movie they kept pretty much kept him on the side. They had him replaced by Johnny Cage, and yeah, I don't know why they didn't go with Johnny Cage in the first movie. It'd have been so much better, but they went with Cole Young, and Cole Young got packed up this movie. He got his head smashed by Shao Kahn's hammer, by the way. Got his head smashed by Shao Kahn's hammer, and then they was fighting in the acid pool stage. That's the stage in Mortal Kombat 2, the game. And Shao Kahn pushed his body into the acid pool. It was pretty sick. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, Cole Young got packed up, and let's move on. Kung Lao. So as you know, Kung Lao died in the first movie, but they brought him back this time around because people wanted more out of Kung Lao, and they give us a lot more out of Kung Lao this movie, and I was kind of surprised at how much more they gave him in this movie. And like I said, the fight between him and Liu Kang was probably my second favorite fight in the entire movie. Because the fight between him and Liu Kang was dope. Because throughout the fight, I'm not gonna go too much about the specifics of the fight, but the fight between him and Liu Kang was basically a fight between him, Liu Kang, and his hat. Because this Kung Lao, so he came back as a revenant, by the way. And if you don't know what a revenant is, a revenant in the Mortal Kombat universe is basically warriors that died that are brought back by Quan Chi. Because Quan Chi is a necromancer, so he brings people back to fight on his behalf, and that's what he does for Kung Lao. That's also kind of somewhat what Bihan becomes by become a new Saibot, but he's like a more special grade revenant as opposed to the generic revenant that's just brought back to serve Quan Chi. Now, as he comes back as a revenant, he is ruthless. He's basically the one that puts Raiden on a stretcher by so he the way he uses his hat in the movie is probably the best thing about his character because you see him use his hat a lot more than the first one, and the way he used it, he shows up, throws his hat so nobody knows that his hat is even around. And mind you, this is him showing up in Earthrealm. He shows up to Raiden's temple while he's an evil revenant, and he throws his hat as soon as he shows up, and nobody knows that his hat is in the area. And while he's talking to everybody because they've first seen him, they're all surprised that he's even showing up because he's pretty much an undead. And his hat comes out of nowhere and slices through Raiden's neck clean. And yo, the shit, I was like, holy shit. They finally got my man using his hat. And he ends up fighting Liu Kang, of course. And the whole scene of where they fight looks amazing. It's actually one of the stages in Mortal Kombat 2, the game too. It's like this portal type stage, and that shit looks sick. I like the way that they did show that. And then the fight between him and Liu Kang was amazingly done. Like the choreography, the effects, the way he used his hat, the fight between basically him and Liu Kang was it stuck true to their fighting styles. Like you see Kung Lao doing a lot of the fast fist attacks like he does in like the games and shit. Liu Kang stayed true to his fighting styles that you see in the game. And it's basically a fight between a hat and fire. So the fight was oh man, you got to see the fight to understand it. That fight was pretty sick and it was very well done. But the way he died was kind of insane. He kind of died to his own hat, and the way Liu Kang did it was pretty dope. It was some real Liu Kang shit. So yeah, Kung Lao was portrayed very well. I like the way that he was portrayed in the first movie too. So he's pretty much up there with Liu Kang. So I'd give Kung Lao 9 out of 10. I like the way he was portrayed. Shao Kahn, last character. Okay, with Shao Kahn, mixed feelings. A lot of mixed feelings about Shao Kahn, and I say that because the actor they chose, perfect, real big guy. He has the physique, the voice, the attitude. Like he was basically a very good fit to portray Shao Kahn. The mask, actually, like a lot of people have problems with the mask, but I like the way that the mask looked, and even the way that they showed, like so in the older games, Shao Kahn is basically portrayed as just this big, strong dude, big, strong, regular dude with a skull face helmet on. But later on, they kind of made Outworlders have more of a personality to where now Outworlders have like scales on their arms. Like they look kind of crazy, but they have like scales along their arms and shit and on their face, and they have a particular color, eye color and shit. But they kind of touch on that a lot with his design in the movie. So I did like that. His armor looked pretty cool. Like it was pretty simple. Wasn't nothing too crazy. I wish they would have had the spike shoulder pads, but that's kind of asking for too much. But um let's see. Everything else was pretty much well done. I have no real complaints about his design, the way that the actor portrayed him. But the problem that I did have was kind of the Sindel problem. Which I understand why they did it for story or whatever, but Shao Kahn's power scaling was so low in this movie, and I didn't like it. They made Shao Kahn seem like he wasn't too far off from Shang Tsung, and Shao Kahn is supposed to be possibly even more powerful than Raiden. If you put them face to face, Raiden would put up an amazing fight, but Shao Kahn would probably wash him up. And I felt that they gave the fighters a little bit more of a chance when fighting him as opposed to when they do really fight him in like the games and shit. And anybody that fights him that isn't Liu Kang gets washed the fuck out. Like anybody in this cast that you would put against him, except Sindel, because she's an anomaly. But anybody else that you put up against Shao Kahn in this cast should be getting washed up. And I mean completely dominated, washed up. Darth Vader dominated, washed up. And in the movie, they kind of portrayed him as like just this. He was just big and strong. They didn't really show too much of like his powers because for those who don't know, Shao Kahn is also a sorcerer. He's actually the one that trained Shang Tsung to use his power as a sorcerer. But they don't really touch too much on that. I did like the fact that they did show like his shoulder charge, which is like the green shoulder charge that he does in the games. They did a lot of that. They showed him use like a lot of the aura, green aura and shit when he's attacking and shit like they did in the games. They did pay like a lot of homage to how the way he fights, but he just seemed like he was only strong and only a threat because of the object that he was looking for when he found it. It made him immortal. So it was kind of trash that they pretty much hinged how strong he was on that. Whereas how strong he was, even without the object that he wanted, he could have watched anybody. He could have watched anybody in this cast up 1-on-1, other than Liu Kang. Then the fight between him and Liu Kang was pretty dope. I did that was my favorite fight. I wish it was longer, but that was probably my favorite fight. The fight between him and Liu Kang. Um, that's actually where Jax dies because Jax shows up to try to help, and Sonya shows up. She gets washed up too. But a lot of the people that were fighting Shao Kahn in this movie that I feel he could either one shot it or beat the bricks off of, they had too much of a chance. Even when he fought King Jared almost killed him. And it's like, nah, 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 nah. If he would have fought King Jared and this is like the regular Shao Kahn, he would have beat the bricks off of King Jared easily. So they kind of made Shao Kahn a little weaker in this movie, but they kind of made it to where he was too much dependent on his immortality as opposed to him being strong. Even his fight with Katana, Katana looked like she had more of a chance than she should have, even though he did beat the bricks off of her later on in the fight. But they pretty much had Shao Kahn too much dependent on his immortality that he got. as opposed to showing that he's really is like this dominant force that could basically beat almost anybody and everybody throughout the cast. But did like his design, did like the actor that betrayed him, and for the most part, I do like that they did include his hammer for the most part because the hammer is pretty much a big staple of Shao Kahn. But I just wish they would have hinged more on him being as strong as he is, and he is that guy, as opposed to them sticking too much to his immortality. I didn't really like that. But overall, Shao Kahn, well done. So I would give him a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for Shao Kahn. All right. So that is my opinion on the cast. Like I said before, would I recommend the movie? Absolutely. I recommend everybody to get a chance to watch it. But in terms of like a fan, if you're going in to watch it as a fan, or no, you're just going in to watch the movie at all. Don't go in expecting a lot of story, a lot of in-depth story, and nothing like that. Just go in watching this movie for what it is. A movie that stays true to it being a tournament format. Go in wanting the good fights, go in wanting the blood and the gore, the special effects and shit like that. Go in wanting and to enjoy a movie that's about fighting and fatalities. That's the best way for you to watch this movie. Don't go in for the story. Don't go in for the well, I mean, for the most part, most of the characters were portrayed pretty well. So I will say that. If you're gonna go in because you like the characters, then by all means go in expecting to watch and enjoy what the characters have to offer. But for the most part, very good movie. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. And yeah, like I said, but after talking about it and remembering a lot of shit, I'll say this. Overall, as a movie to go see, they're just going to see something good and nice to watch. 8 out of 10. You know, still give it an 8 out of 10. If they would have did a lot of things a little bit better, I would have probably scored it higher, but 8 out of 10. It's just a casual going to watch it. But as a fan, yeah, it's still 7 out of 10. But yeah, so that's my review of the movie. It's still in theaters now. It just came out Friday. And if you want something dope to go see with somebody that you know that would enjoy a lot of blood and gore and a lot of good fights in the movie, go check it out, man. I recommend it. Definitely recommend it. And yeah, that is my review of the movie. Now, I could touch more in depth on the like stories and shit, but instead, I want to actually play a game I haven't played in a very long time. Mortal Kombat game, by the way. So this is definitely going to be a Mortal Kombat stream. I'm not going to change that whatsoever. Oh, hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to change something. Oh crap, why is it doing this? Should not bigger than it should. Alright, let me get rid of this. No, not that one. Yeah, there it is. Come on, get on the screen. Oh boy. Hold on, give me a second. Go to the other screen, you son of a bitch. Why is it doing this? Alright, hold hold on. I'll be right back. Right back. How to fix this. All right. All right. Let's stop the music. All right, it's showing up here. The sound for this is on. All right, we're gonna play Mortal Kombat Mythologies. 'Cause I haven't played this game in a long ass time. All right. Oh, that's familiar sound. So MK Mythology is about you playing as Sub-Zero. He's the main character of the game. And you get to see the history of Mortal Kombat before the tournaments.
'Thousands of years ago,
Make sure the volume is
the
low.
Earth was devastated by a battle between the gods. It was a war between good and evil. A war that would decide the fate of the world and plunge it into centuries of darkness. Now, the war is in danger of being fought once again. Only one mortal can stop it.
Oh, there we go. It's a really old game. I don't even remember the last time I played this shit. I had to check my buttons and shit. I forgot. Steal the sacred map of elements.
You will fail.
Scorpion. Alright. Button check. Oh no, these buttons are trash. Oh yeah, you gotta press a button to turn around. Alright, yeah, I gotta change these buttons. Fuck. Alright. Okay. Alright, hold on, let me reset this. I gotta go to the menu. Yeah, this is one of those older games. You can't just go to the menu from your menu. You gotta go all the way back. Appreciate any and all that do stop by. Hit that like button, please. If you're into gaming and shit, hit the subscribe button. Play bunches of different types of games. I actually have a lot more games that I plan on playing. Just haven't gotten to yet. That's balancing a work schedule. Ain't easy. Alright, let's change this. Oh, you change it like that. Okay, so I need this to be low kick. That to be high kick. This to be high punch. This to be low punch. Action. Do I want that to be... I want the turn button to be accessible. So I think I'm gonna make this the action button. This could be block. In fact, no. What was my run button? Alright, I think, yeah, that could be that, and that'd be turn. Alright. Low kick, high kick, high punch, low punch. Alright. This fucking table that I'm on right now is so unstable. Alright. All that is fine. Yeah, we're good with that. Not gonna change anything. Alright. This game is hard as shit, too. So I gotta remember a lot of shit. But yeah, you just stopping in. I did my review of the movie. There's a spoiler-free section in the beginning and a spoiler section after. I'm gonna have it tagged and shit after the stream. But overall, I enjoyed the movie for what it was. Just not so much as a Mortal Kombat fan. Well, no, I did as a Mortal Kombat fan. Just not everything that I wanted it to be. Alright, let's run. Come on. Better remember shit. I remember combos. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, remember that. Oh shit. Oh, that's the punch. Okay. Oh shit, turn around. Ah. What's up, bitch? Wash them up. I gotta remember the combos, man. Alright. Wait, oh shit! Hold up. Gotta remember buttons. Alright. Bitch. Ah. Oh, fuck you. Oh shit. Oh. Damn. Alright, I gotta change my buttons again. Fuck. Oh. Bitch. Down two. Oh. There we go. Yeah, we got the freeze. Alright. Oh my god, yeah, I gotta change these buttons. Holy shit. I thought this was my old scheme, but it's not. Hold on. I can't change it here either. Alright, I just gotta get used to it. Alright, so that's run, block, scheme, turn. Alright. I gotta remember the combos too. Bitch, get thrown. Oh, damn! Oh yeah, I got the freeze now. Hang on. Get frozen, bitch. Oh. Shut the air that. Okay. Turn around. Oh, he got out of it. Oh, no, you don't. You ain't put my back to that shit. Oh, hold up. Oh shit, he came back. Fuck you. What the fuck? He disappeared. Alright, let's get this guy. Alright. Oh. There we go. Oh my god. Yo, I gotta change these buttons again. Oh, he came back. Oh, I gotta change. Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta restart this again. Holy shit. These buttons are terrible. Oh, man. Alright. Yeah, restart the game. Fuck. Wasn't expecting the buttons to be that bad. Alright, so I need. Fuck, what are the buttons that I had before? Because I keep pressing R2 and R1. And I keep pressing R2 and L2. So I need those to be run and block. And maybe the bottom two I could have as like the switching and the action button. But even with like the regular pad, let me see. Because I kept pressing this for a low punch. What did I have for... Damn, what's my scheme for MK1? I thought it was this, but it's not. Do I have the kicks as the high? No, because back in X was the sweep. Then that. Then that, and that. Alright, let me look at the scheme again. Alright, so for sure I'm switching these. Alright, yeah, you're gonna stay the action button. This is gonna be my block. Let this be my block. No, run. This is gonna be my turnaround. This is gonna be my block. Yeah, R2 is gonna be block, so that feels more comfortable. Alright, so I had... No. Did I really have it like that? Low punch, low kick. High punch, high kick. Dun. Yeah, because the combos. That's right. Alright, this should be good now. Alright, we in the money now. My bad, I haven't played this shit in years, bro. This is one of my favorite games back in the day. I used to get my ass kicked. But I got so good after playing it for years. Alright, let's get to it. I think the fatality is forward, down, forward, high punch, too. Alright. Yeah, okay, that feels better. That's block, that's run, that's turn. Alright, there we go. Oh, bitch. Yeah, see, there we go. Oh. Turn around. Oh, you don't have freeze yet, moron. Pressing the freeze and shit. You don't have freeze yet, moron. Alright. Alright, grab that. Oh, shit. My bad. Alright. Russian. Oh, shit. 2-on-1? Alright. Oh. Yeah, I'm good now. I remember the block. Gotcha, bitch. Alright, I want to get the freeze. So where's this guy at? He didn't respawn? Damn, that's cheap. There we go. Oh, he ducked it? Oh, dirty bitch! He fucking spawned after that. Oh. Got it. There we go. Got the combo down. Oh, we got the combo now. Fuck you, bitch. Get crushed. Where's that asshole? Where you at, bitch? We got combos now. Alright, watch my back. Fuck! Nah. Fuck. Oh, this game's brutal. Fuck you. Alright. Wait, I don't have it. Oh, I do have it. Get fucked. Oh shit, turn around. Run, you moron! Oh! Why did you stay in place? Don't go back. Oh, fuck. Press the wrong goddamn button again. Yeah, this is gonna be rough, yo. Cause I gotta get used to all this shit all over again. All right. I have that as blocking. Or should I have this as blocking and this is running? Yeah, let me switch this up. Let me make this into blocking and this into run. Yeah, R for run, bro. Alright, I need all of those lives, bro. Let me get all of those, man. Should I crank it up? What is hard like? Yeah, I've never seen this game on hard mode. Do I want to? Hell no. Played this game in like fucking 20 years. I was young as shit when I last played this game. Alright, let's get it. We got it this time. Alright, lock in.
I will succeed.
Talking shit. I'm gonna whoop his ass. Whoop his ass. Bitch. Oh. There we go. Alright. We might be back in business. Better watch out. Okay. Gotta do combos too to get experience so we can get the moves. Yeah. Let's see, I don't have to freeze yet. Oh, the counter down too. Oh. Oh. Fuck you. Somebody else up here? I want to get the freeze. Nah, nobody else. I gotta get that freeze before I fight Scorpion at least. I need to slide too. Alright, hold on. Washed them up. Mel, what's good, bro? What up, what up, what up? God damn. I knew you was coming, bitch. Woo. Press the wrong shit again. Alright. Oh, dirty bitch! Respawned again. Alright, I gotta hurry up when I get over there. Yeah. To get rid of you, cocksucker. There you go. Bitch. Alright, let's hurry up. So he come back. We don't do that yet. Not yet.
The map is mine for you.
Let's get it. Got the slide. Whoa, it's down too. Oh, lucky I don't got the ice clone, bitch. Give me my run back. Oh. Hold up. What's the fatality? Gotta do the fatality. I don't remember this shit. Oh, I was right. Oh, so I do remember it. Okay. Um. Oh, come on. Lame. Four down, four. I was too close to him. Fuck. All right, whatever. You got lucky, Scorpion. Fucking Shirai Ryu dog. Lin Kuei over here, bitch. All right, we got the mat. Power ups. How to do the slide? Block, low punch, low kick, and back. Okay. How do I back out? Oh. Wait. There we go. Yeah, we sliding on these hoes now. Alright. Woo. Just had to adjust the buttons, man. I'm back in action now. Alright, so what we're about to see now is probably one of the goofiest portrayals ever. But I love it. I love how goofy this shit looks. Like, yo. Shit looks like fucking cosplayers. Shit looks tight, though.
Grandmaster, in honor of the Lin Kuei, I bring you this sacred map of the elements.
Once again, our most cunning assassin and thief is successful. At ease, Lin Kuei warrior.
Greetings.
The outfit on sub is simple and good, though. That's what I like about it. Sometimes simplicity wins. This is probably the best Quan Chi I've ever seen portrayed
I am not a ninja.
in live
I am
action.
Lin Kuei. Scorpion was a ninja.
Ah, yes, your Japanese counterpart.
I didn't touch down on Quan Chi in the movie.
Happened upon him in your battle with
I'll
those
get my
pesky
opinion after that.
Shaolin.
Scorpion was tipped off. He knew I was breaking into that temple, and if he wasn't there, there wouldn't have been a battle. You are responsible for this sorcerer.
Well, I've also
Dusty ass
returned
Quan Chi.
Scorpion's services. In case you
Yeah, this
fail,
shit brings back memories,
I
bro.
need some assurance.
This is a classic,
Peace
man.
of mind almost cost me this mission.
Enough!
A lot of people hated this game because of how hard it was, but I loved it,
What about
man.
our payment?
Oh yes, I almost forgot. The bones of your arch nemesis and leader of Scorpion's ninja clan.
Damn.
Our ancient foes, vanquished in one transaction.
And I've personally made certain that every last remnant of their clan has been eliminated. Forever.
You see, Sub-Zero, you can trust a sorcerer sometimes. Now, you will use this map on your next mission. Quan Chi has once again retained your services.
This map you saw, it shows the way to a temple which predates man's recorded history on Earth. For thousands of years, the Temple of Elements has been hidden in what is now known as the Himalayan Mountains of Nepal. This map is the only evidence of its existence.
Fine. I get to the temple, and then what? What's inside?
A small amulet. Worthless to you, but let's just say it has great sentimental value to me.
If it is so precious, why don't you
It
give it
looks so
yourself?
I
goofy.
cannot enter the temple until the four
I love
elements
it, though.
within its walls have been defeated. And I am not on the best of terms with the gods of your realm, especially your god of thunder.
Lord
Tell
Raiden.
me about these elements.
They are the four elements which comprise the very existence
I
of
fucking
your
hate
realm.
this map. This
They
map
are
is so fucking trash.
wind, water, and fire. With your mastery of the element of cold, you have an advantage that no other human has, and that is the ability to defeat the elements.
This is the map that caused people to rage quit and never play this game again. You'll see why I never play it. But before I do that, there's something I wanted to do. All right. Because seeing him just reminded me of something. Oh, yeah, save. All right. So there's a character I forgot to review. And we're going to take this opportunity now to do that because we just seen a portrayal of him. And he was actually a character that I did want to give my opinion on. All right, so I'm gonna pause that for a second. We'll be right back to this. All right. So there's a character that I completely forgot about that I did want to voice my opinion on. And here he is. Quan Chi. All right. This is probably one of the worst interpretations of Quan Chi I have ever seen. Ever. The games did better. MK1 did better. This version of Quan Chi was hot dog shit. And I say that simply because they just made him, he was like a ghoul in this movie. Like he was ghoulish as shit. He didn't portray like this powerful sorcerer to him. They just made him like basically this regular ass necromancer that Shao Kahn had on the back pedal. And he was just a poor portrayal of him. And so the premises of the movie is something that's going to be synonymous with the game that I'm playing right now too. So the game is about you collecting something called the amulet. The amulet is basically called Shinnok's amulet. That's also the amulet that you see in the movie for those that did see it. And Quan Chi's portrayal, like Quan Chi was always loyal to Shinnok, but for some reason in the movie they had him just loyal to Shao Kahn, so it kind of took away from his character. It took a lot away from his character. And Quan Chi actually was only loyal to Shinnok, which to a default. Like it was only always Quan Chi only being loyal to Shinnok. It's like how Shang Tsung is with Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn was the ruler. Shang Tsung only served Shao Kahn because Shao Kahn was the ruler, but Shang Tsung was always looking for his way out to take over. The same thing was with Quan Chi and Shinnok, but Quan Chi was more so loyal to Shinnok as opposed to Shang Tsung being to Shao Kahn. Now, they only mentioned Shao Kahn, I mean Shang, they only mentioned Shinnok in the movie when they talked about his amulet. I think the amulet was destroyed, by the way, which should be fucking impossible. That never should have happened because nobody within that entire movie has the power to destroy that amulet. Because for those that don't know, Shinnok is a fallen elder god, the same elder gods that basically rule the entire fucking mythos. But this version of Quan Chi is kind of trash because not only did they make him seem like this weak, ghoulish ass dude, but just the way he looked, it looks trash. Like I seen this picture and I said I definitely have to compare it. Even though it might be AI, but this shit just looks so much better. So the one on the left is from the movie, and the one on the right is either a cosplay or an AI that somebody made. But the one on the right looks so much better. They didn't need Quan Chi in this fucking hood, looking like some weird creep. The joke, I will say, the jokes that Kano did on Quan Chi were funny as shit. But I hate how they portrayed Quan Chi in this movie. Like he should have been like this mysterious, powerful sorcerer that we knew nothing about, but always had a hidden agenda, and we just didn't get none of that. He was just this extra ass sorcerer on the side that Shao Kahn had in his back pocket, and then inevitably gets used by the Earthrealmers. But yeah, this version of Quan Chi is trash. I'm just gonna say that. And you could tell by the difference between just looking at this picture. The one on the right is a far better portrayal than the one on the left. And I don't want to say the actor did bad, but just the direction that they did and the terrible design of him overall was just terrible. So this version of Quan Chi is dog shit. So if I was to have to give a score on this, a 2 out of 10. Because the only thing they got right is he's a necromancer in his skin. Like that's like the only thing they got right. The painting and shit on his face. Like this is coming from a Mortal Kombat fan, by the way. So yeah, this is a very poor interpretation of Quan Chi. So I just wanted to throw that out there as an excerpt because we just saw Quan Chi in the game. But yeah, they didn't stick true to his character. They didn't stick true to how he looks. It's a decent, okay-ish way how they went about him, but they could have had so much more. So they actually could have used him to set up for the next movie, and they didn't. So yeah, Quan Chi was trash in the movie. But all right, let's get back to the game. All right. Oh, oh. Here we go. This map is rough because you can fall and die so easily in this map. Which is why everybody hated it. There's a lot of platforming in this map. Oh, he kicked me. Bitch. How the fuck my kick missed him? What the fuck, man? All right. Try this again. All right. Just barely made it up there. There we go. Okay. Hold on. Message. Check that later. Show ass up, bitch. This part. Oh my god, this part. I forgot how to do this. So this part is janky as fuck. I gotta remember how to do this. Alright. Alright. Yeah, so you gotta do it like right when it just goes past you. If you do it right when it's under you, it's gonna drop you down. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Oh, that shit almost killed me. Just run up on him. Wait, how do you do it again? There you go. Nah, I'm not even gonna go for that. Nope, I don't have enough life for that. I know there's a way to get up there, but I don't want to try it. Oh, you cunt. Oh, man, the down two for the down two. Oh, you dirty bitch. All right, all right, all right. That was smooth. That was smooth. I can't even get mad at that. Fucking bitch. Okay, I still got it. No, you don't. He tried it. Alright, I'm gonna try to freeze that guy. Asshole. Alright, let me see. Increase the potency. There we go. I just gotta try not to fall off, but it's gonna be a waste. I'm probably one of the few people in history who would want a remake for this game. Oh yeah, I need the key for that, right? Wait, so how did I get to the other side again? Oh shit. Do I jump over? I forgot how to do this. Oh shit. Well, that wasn't it. Forgot about that part. I think I gotta ride the wind up. Damn, they put me all the way back here? Oh my god. Fuck. I almost died just now because I forgot I had to wait for the wind on that. Almost died again. What was that? Hell nah. Get your ass out of here. Alright, I'm gonna wait. I think I gotta ride the window. I think. Oh, wait. Wait. No, it's on the top. I gotta go back. That is up there. Alright. No. There we go. I didn't think I was gonna make that. Alright. Alright, now let's go back. And try not to die. Oh, nobody spawned back. That's a shocker. Alright. That shit had to load up? Like, oh my god. You piece of shit. This shit had to load up. Oh, you cocksucker. My last fucking life. Jump back. Alright, yeah, I remember that. You gotta run, right? Yeah. Come back, go up. Up here. Now we gotta ride this up. Okay. Oh shit, this part, I remember this. He came in here? No. Oh, he's at the door. Oh, you asshole. Alright. I gotta slide. I'm gonna slide him. Alright, here we go. No, jump over, jump over. Oh, no. Fucking bitch. Fuck this guy. God damn it. Alright, slide. I should have slid the first fucking time. Woo! Tried to kill me. Fuck this game. For the link way, bitch! Ah. Can't hit him through the wall. Okay. Alright, shot us again. Bitch. Good shit. Oh shit. Gotta be careful, you can fall and die at a certain height. Oh shit, I gotta remember how to fight the boss of this stage. Alright, how do you do this again? I think when it goes back, I jump. Yeah. Alright, wait. Chalk it up to it being an old game, bro. Yo, Nino, what's good, bro? What up, what up, what up? Happy Sunday, man. Happy Mother's Day to all the great moms out there. Show ass off right now. I'm doing good with power-ups too. Oh shit. But be patient. Alright. Almost there to the boss, from what I remember. I think I'm almost there to the boss. This boss is annoying as fuck. But I think I got him now. I'm gonna beat him. Oh, two of y'all. Nice. Alright. Well, we're almost there. Once I get through this map, I'm good. Appreciate everybody and everybody to stop by. Please hit that like button. Fuck. No, I wasn't paying attention. Shit. Hit that like button for me, man. Please and thank you. Like buttons are for free. And if you fuck with your boy, hit the subscribe button, man. Be nothing but more gaming content coming soon. I think I'm gonna do more reviews for the shit I actually like anyway. I'll be doing more reviews on shit. This fucking map, bro. Oh my god. The map kills you more than the people does. Fucking Christ. I missed that. Alright. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Fuck, man. Yo, I'm all the way down to my last life. Fuck. Bro, how am I missing these? What is going on? I hate how sensitive this shit is, bro. Fuck. Alright. Alright, come on, bro. I can't be missing this shit. There we go. How the fuck did I miss it the first time? Oh, that works. Oh shit, here we go. Lock in. Fujin! Oh! No! No! My menu! The menu didn't come up! What the hell? Fuck! Alright, alright. Am I still fighting him? Alright, I remember how to fight him. I started remembering as I was playing. You gotta rush him down. RTSD. Rush that shit down. Oh. Oh. Button reading, bitch. Got your ass. Come here. Come here. Oh. Damn, the fucking thing went. Alright. Alright, this should be enough. Where you going? I think you gotta stay over here, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I remember that part too. So you just gotta wait. Then he dies. Yep. I still got it, baby. Ain't played this shit in years, but your boy still got it. So after you kill him, he turns into a tornado. And most people think you're supposed to just run, which you can if you're all the way at the tip. Pause, Jesus. If you're all the way at the end of the map, you can just run, but if you duck, he'll grab the ground because the tornado pulls you in. And that shit'll kill you in one shot. All right. Starting to remember all my tips and tricks about playing this game. Because this game isn't easy for the regular player, but if you play this shit enough, you start to understand the computer's constant habits to where you know how to respond to it. But sometimes they learn, like this motherfucker here. Shit. Alright, some of these I can jump in. I don't remember which ones. I don't think it's this one though. I think it's later. Just slide underneath these, right? Yep. That was a risk I just took. That I wasn't sure gonna work out, but it did. I just killed myself. I just killed myself. The ceiling is coming down right now. I forgot about this part. Fuck. So this is a trap. Where if you don't have the key to this door and you come down here, not only can you not go back up, but the ceiling is coming down and it crushes you. Fuck this game. Forgot all about that shit. Let's try it. Oh, landed right on it. I was super far up. Hey yo. Hey yo. Chill out, boss. I gotta start blocking. So used to rushing down. Start blocking these assholes. I watch the floor. Oh, you cheap fucks. Try to get me killed. Alright, how do you do this regularly? I think you just walk through, right? Yeah. Ooh, that almost killed me. I forgot how I used to do this. Alright, this is enough. I think I can slide under now. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Oh! No, 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 no! No! You bitch! Oh! Might as well just die. What an asshole, bro. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, I think that's it, right? Wrong one. Some of them you can jump in and they have prizes underneath. That wasn't one of them. All right. Is it this one? I don't know if I want to chance it. Let's chance it. No, that's not it. Fuck. I forgot which floor it is. That's safe. Almost died. Wait, which one did I get? Okay, now I can go down. Yeah. That place that kept killing me when I went down, now I can go down. Six skulls. Oh, I knew somebody was down here. Oh, two of y'all. Okay. Two for one special. That just launches me up. Oh, I thought I died. Oh, Jesus. Make sure I keep space. Do I want to chance that? Hell no. Fuck that. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, so that's the trick to fighting that guy. A lot of people had a hard time figuring out how to kill him. The meditating guys. All you gotta do is wait for them to teleport. Then when they teleport back, you hit him with a freeze. But I gotta make sure he doesn't knock me in. Got him. Oh yeah, already? Let's get it. Oh, I missed him. Damn, really? Got your ass, bitch. All right, come on. Damn, anti-air me. All right. Can't block. Can't block that either. I'm trying to remember my strats. All right, there we go. So jump, hit. Oh. That didn't work. Okay. I just want to block. Oh, what the hell? Let me through, bitch. Asshole. Alright, come on, sub. Be cool. Yeah, I forgot all my strats. I know how to fight this asshole. It's like a pattern you can do so he doesn't hit you. Wait. Wait. Sorry, I'm in a lag. Here we go. Okay, I remember. Then he's gonna start anti-air me. Oh, I don't get my herbs back. I forgot about that. Okay. That doesn't leave him open. Alright, let's get it. Damn, he keeps stopping me. This must be a PlayStation thing, because I used to play this on N64. And he used to be vulnerable after the high kick. So he used to jump kick, high kick, but he's jabbing me out of it. Yeah, and I used to be able to put him in a loop. So it doesn't work anymore. I'm reading the fuck out of my buttons, kid. What a cocksucker. Reading my buttons. Okay. Alright. Come on, I need you closer. And that does nothing. That missed. He's walking faster than I remember. Nope, not ripping me off this time. Rocks that came down hit me too? Fucking bullshit, bro. Oh my god. Oh shit. Fuck you. There we go. Alright, so now he's gonna keep responding to it now. Damn, what was my strategy, bro? I forgot my strategy on how to fight this big bitch. And I can't block him. Alright. Here's the anti-air. These roundhouses nuts, right? Yo, I can't believe he fucking... That's crazy. This shit doesn't work on PlayStation. Because he stopped to. What a cocksucker, bro. I hate this fucking guy now. Yeah. Alright. That's Mortal Kombat Mythologies. I might play this again sometime in the future. But there's something else that I actually never played before, and I want to give a try. I guess I'll play a little bit of this before Fatty and them begin their stream, but for the most part, that's Mortal Kombat Mythologies. That's a prequel game where you play as the original Sub-Zero, not Kuai Liang, the one with the scar on his eye. It's his brother, the older brother, the original Sub-Zero. Basically, he has his own little adventure going on there. But there was something else I wanted to play that's much more fun. And it'll be my blind playthrough because I never played this shit before. I've seen other people play it. And I said, yo, that shit looks mad fun. I want to try that. So hopefully I can get it to work. If I can get it to work, then I'll give it a try. If not, I'm gonna head off for the day and play, probably play Batman next week to finish it out. My one of these late nights when no one else is streaming, I'll probably play Batman. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Well, let me see if it'll let me capture it. All right, so I can delete this. No. Uh, hmm. DCSX. Oh yeah, it does let me capture it. Okay. There it is. Damn, that shit captured a whole screen. This is more linear. All right. Let's transform this bad boy. A matter of fact, I could do it from this screen, right? Um, it doesn't let me do it through here. Let me see. As you can see, I got a lot of old school PS2 games on here. Ah, it's not working. All right. Let me make this smaller then. Wait, let me see again. Maybe it's because I'm capturing it right now. It's not letting me do it. Yeah, maybe that's why. All right, let me just transform it. Fuck it. No, that looks crazy. But wait, let me see. Let me see. Reset it, right? My bad, I'm struggle streaming right now. Try to make sure that this fixed the screen perfectly. Or just good enough to be able to see everything. All right, so let me see what does the screen do. Okay. Oh shit, a whole different screen shows up. That's why. Okay. All right, get rid of that one. Um, hmm. That's the screen I want. But it's not doing it because the rendering, probably. And that's not letting me do it because it's capturing right now. You cocksucker. This fucking sucks. Alright. Might gotta try this again another day. Because for some reason, my fucking settings aren't coming up for this shit. Alright, hold on. Let me see something. Why the fuck aren't my settings working? Alright, hold on. Yeah, shut it down. Shut it down, open up shop. Alright, let's try this again. Settings. There we go, now it works. Okay. OpenGL. Put that on my other screen so I can see the whole thing. Alright. So let's open this up first. Let's see if it'll capture it. I'll just remake it. If it doesn't work this time, I'll try again another time. No, that's not it. Why is it not capturing it? What the hell? It's saying this, but this isn't the fucking menu. Well, this is the menu, but this isn't the menu that I want to see. Where the fuck is the other screen? Why is it showing this one? Alright, hold on. While this is on now, let me see. Can I change this, please? Interface graphics. I changed that, so why doesn't that work? Mm, yeah, this shit is weird. So it's showing me one screen, but then on my actual stream, it's not showing me the screen that I'm seeing. It's showing me the screen behind it. That's weird. Let me see. Maybe I'm not having a particular setting on. Ah, okay. It's telling me to try not window, but actual game capture. Okay. Specific window. Nope, that's still just. Oh, there it is. Okay. Just took it a minute. All right, hold on. Sorry, guys. Struggle streaming. All right, that is weirdly built. Oh, let me see if I can change the screen. All right, there we go. Wait, or maybe no. All right, because I'm trying to full screen it on my monitor in front of me, but it's not gonna let me do that because it changes the dimensions on OBS too. I didn't realize that was doing that. All right, I think that should be good enough, right? A little more. There we go. All right. Bring it in a little more. All right, I think that's good enough. All right, here we go. All right, this is Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Never played this shit before, but always wanted to when I was younger. But could never find it because PS2 games back in the day were hard to find. Oh my god, look at that resolution. That looks so old. But all right, let's give it a try. It has a sick ass intro though, so we're gonna enjoy watching that. Okay. No, I think everything is fine. So I don't know any of the buttons anyway, so let's get right to it. Oh shit. Sub-Zero and Scorpion are playable. Sick. Gonna go with Liu Kang though. The main man. Normal, please.
Having reached the end of the first tournament, the forces of Earth now are facing their greatest challenge.
Mortal Kombat. Wait, you guys receiving sound? Oh, key as well. I had to turn it up a little bit.
Look out! All! His ass with a fucking skull. God damn. This one they made games for love, bro. One of Mortal Kombat devs made games for love. Today I don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. Damn. Rocked his ass. Big man Goro.
Interesting. Oh, it's back to full screen on here. Oh, okay. So I guess the cinematic is only horizontal like that. The actual game isn't. Oh, the game is too. Alright, let me see. Let me extend it.
You won your first Mortal Kombat tournament. Earth has been spared, but Shang Tsung is a poor loser. This is Goro's lair. It is one of Shang Tsung's traps. You must find your way off the island before it crumbles into the sea. Make your way to the Wuxi Academy.
Alright.
Pick up the items I've left behind for information.
Okay. It's probably like the only other good story single player game for Mortal Kombat.
Learn to perform quick attacks, launching attacks, power attacks,
shit.
and throws.
Hold up. Game chapter, you're tripping. Yeah, now it's a full screen. That was weird. Alright, that's good enough. Okay. Alright, so to throw, power attacks, launch, and quick attack. Oh. Alright. Sick. I gotta try that again.
Perform your signature special attacks.
Oh, maybe this is it. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's meter. Yeah, recoverable meter. This game's tight. I like it.
You may perform attacks while running.
Okay. I like that kid. Shit, fucking stage interactions. That's tight. Hold on, let me see. Oh, he rolls. Okay. That. The kick. That. What's the other moves? Oh, that's jump, so that's not gonna be anything. Oh, he has an uppercut. Okay. That's considered a special move. Alright, alright.
You can lock on to the nearest.
This whole island is falling apart.
Oh, automatically blocks. Okay. So locking on automatically blocks. Okay. What's that? Can't reach that. Oh shit.
different directions to hit them all.
Okay. Tell me to pick up. Oh, get your hands off me. Ah, okay, so it's more free, not locked on. But when you lock on, that's when you can block and everything. Okay. What's this pickup shit? What's that? Pick up bones? What the fuck? Oh! Oh, that's the throw. Shit's tight.
A weapon could be useful.
Okay, so you'll be getting weapons in this game.
If you attack while in the air, you can perform an air attack.
Oh, mom.
Pick up the skulls.
Oh, what's this? It's just a lot of shit you can do in this game. Damn, I should have read that. I didn't see what that said. The pit.
This place reeks of death.
That's sick.
Up here! Cage! This is the way
Johnny.
off the island!
I had to climb up. Yeah. Throw this shit. Fuck you.
Let's keep moving.
That got his feels too.
Look, something by the moon.
Where? Ain't nothing there, man. You stoned. Reptile.
It is another of Shang Tsung's servants.
I do not serve Shang Tsung.
Oh, the
Must
witch.
keep moving.
Oh, can I? Get your ass off. Oh, this is sick. Alright, just me and you. Let's get it.
And they give it a little cinematic too. That is a rocket? What the hell was that? In the back. That's dope. They're basically playing homage to the classic games. That's pretty sick. Alright, I'm liking this game already. It feels fun. It feels clean and smooth too, even though it doesn't look it. It feels that way on my end. I might play this shit off stream. Not even gonna lie to you. What's this? Power up?
You now have the power to execute a fatality.
Oh shit. There we go. That's what we're looking for.
You must execute a fatality to open these gates. Performing combination attacks builds your ability to execute a fatality.
Fatality meter? This shit is a meter? That was sick, whatever the fuck I just did, I guess that red shit is the meter. I didn't build it, I guess.
You must execute a fatality.
Alright, I didn't build it, man.
Now, hit the enemy with the fatality stunner.
Just hit him? Fatality enemies like that? That was sick. And you get experience for that? That is sick.
Excellent. If you need further help,
Okay, that's a fatalities too. They fight each other? What the fuck? Interesting. A fatality meter. It's an interesting concept. Damn, they eating each other? Oh. They eating each other. Bunch of ghouls. You can hit them on the ceiling still. Oh shit.
more secrets are available. Use the help.
Oh, it doesn't show all the time. That's a how the fuck that? Oh, that's a map button. Wait. So it doesn't show. You gotta remember that shit. Okay. Shaolin soccer.
Throw an enemy into the wheel. can also be used to allow you to progress. Knock an enemy
didn't go
into
through
the
the
weak
wall.
wall to the left to escape this area. More secrets are available if you use the help of an ally.
Oh, I'm gonna have an ally. Alright, yeah, come over here. Come here, asshole. Shit. No, sick. Got it. Nice and simple. Shaolin soccer. What are those things up there? I can't jump to them. Maybe while I'm in a combo, I have to do it. But they're fucking gone now. Damn. Alright. I gotta be on the lookout for shit like that. Oh, man. I can save here? Perfect. Oh, man. Think I'm gonna head off now. Borrow's lair. Alright. That was fun. That was fun. Alright, I'm not gonna stream this game, I'm not even gonna lie, 'cause I wanna play this shit for myself. So it'll be my first time ever experiencing the shit, so. This was your pure Mortal Kombat stream. Hold on, give me a second. Close this. Alright, man. So, I might chop this video up and make a separate video with my actual review of the movie and shit. And I'll probably definitely put timestamps on this. So people could just be able to see my spoiler free and then my spoiler coverage of my review of the movie. But yeah, I'll reiterate again, overall, as a casual and as a super fan of the series, would I recommend this movie? Absolutely. Would I recommend you going to see it in the movie theaters? Actually, yeah. After thinking about it, yeah. If you want to see it, go see it in the theaters, bro. Because there's just nothing beating that big surround sound feeling. But I would recommend you probably going to see it. If you didn't see it this weekend, go see it next weekend. Because it'll probably be less people too. Because when I went to see it, that movie theater was packed. So I'll say that much too. But, overall, I do recommend the movie. That shit gets a thumbs up for me, bro. That movie was pretty damn good. But that being said, next time I come back, it'll probably be me finishing Batman, Arkham City. Then I'm gonna continue with that. I gotta figure out what other games I do want to put into the lineup because I'm still not sure yet. Like, there's some games that I do care to stream and some that I don't. But the Mortal Kombat games that I was just playing, I'd rather play those on my own. So I know those type of old school kind of games aren't appealing to most people. So for the most part, yeah, I'll be back with Batman to continue that Arkham City. And I mean, Arkham City is gonna take me a few streams. Arkham Knight is definitely gonna take me a few streams because that game is long as shit. So I'll add some more games to be played, and I actually probably run a poll to see what people actually want me to stream playing. And if anybody has any things that they feel like they want to see me play, by all means, hit me up, man. Hit me up in the comments. Give me some ideas, some things that I feel like I should change for the stream because I'm doing different things pretty much every stream, as you can see, because I'm trying to produce something that's going to be good for the longevity, not just things that I'm just going to be doing for the moment. So I'm kind of am still making up things as I go along, but at the same time, I'm putting shit together and figuring shit out on my own because I don't know, I just prefer to do it that way because I'm learning at my own pace. But I've been learning a lot. I've been definitely learning a lot, especially using OBS. So yeah, next time I be back, it'll probably be Batman, Arkham City. I'm not sure if that'll be sometime this week or the weekend. It'll probably be the next weekend, honestly, because during the week I'm busy as shit, and I don't really be having time to stream. Like if I was to stream during the week, it would probably be late night, and if I do that, I'm not gonna want to play a game that I know I'm gonna have to focus on, like a Arkham game. It'll probably be something like a Resident Evil, because I know that new mode came out for Resident Evil. I didn't even try it yet, so I'll probably try that later. But I don't know. I don't know. Still don't have a real set schedule yet, other than the weekends. But with that being said, appreciate everybody that did stop by. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers out there. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Yeah, be sure to check out Team Fatty, man. That's my guy. He should be starting his stream in about 25 minutes. His ladies first. So check that man out. Untouchables family. Out of here, man. Yeah, be easy. Enjoy your Sunday. Peace.